With spreads from just 0.8 of a pip, ActivTrades sponsors the Forex Report.
Rejoining us is Ricardo from ActivTrades. Ricardo, what's been the overriding sentiment in the foreign exchange market since the start of the year?
Well, since the turn of the year, we've seen an appetite for risk trading. So we've seen the currencies traditionally associated with this type of environment on the up. The euro has been making ground against the dollar, in contrast to what was happening last year. As of recently, we've seen some profit taking, but this may just be a blip in the markets. It all depends on what goes on in the underlying economies of the US mainly, but also Japan and the Eurozone.
So how do you see the next 2 or 3 weeks?
Well, it could be that the political issues that are currently brewing in Spain and Italy can trigger another Eurozone crisis. We've seen a few in the last few years, and that will have an adverse effect on the appetite for risk. In fact, it's quite likely to flip it around, and people will start backing the US dollar rather than the euro, because, as you know, the US dollar is a currency traditionally more associated with risk-averse behaviors. It's difficult to say exactly what is going to happen, but what I would suggest for the traders out there is that, play the basics, manage well your risk, don't let emotions take over, don't get greedy, don't let fear stop you from going all the way in your plan, and keep an eye on the news and see how things unfold.
Thanks, Ricardo, and we'll speak to you again next week.
No problem.